For hundreds of years, the Andali Nebula was known as a dead zone, its skies lit with swirling red and blue storms, lightning arcing between gas clouds, and gravity wells that pulled even the strongest ships into darkness. Star charts warned captains to stay clear, and most did, believing no life could survive in such chaos. But deep within the nebula, hidden by nature itself, a secret had been growing. Long ago, an Earth Ark ship named Hopebringer had vanished after a wormhole collapsed mid-journey, and everyone assumed the passengers were lost forever. They were not. Instead, the survivors had found a strange, unstable solar system nestled within the nebula. Cut off from Earth and from every known colony, they built something new, something strong. Over 3 centuries, the colony grew into a world called Nova Terra. Without interference from other species or old-world politics, humanity developed differently, focusing on unity, survival, and knowledge. They built ships that could bend around storms, weapons that used the nebula's energy, and a society that valued logic and loyalty over greed. No one knew they were there. Not the Galactic Union, not the great trading powers, and certainly not the proud Tarsian Empire, a species of cold-blooded reptilians who believed they ruled the stars. That changed on a quiet patrol mission when a small Tarsian scout ship, Dresk 9, picked up strange energy signals pulsing from the nebula's heart. The Tarsians expected to find a rogue asteroid or perhaps an ancient wreck giving off power. What they found instead shocked them to silence. Out of the glowing clouds rose dark, sleek starships unlike anything they had seen, silent, fast, and perfectly organized. Then a voice came over their systems in perfect Tarsian, polite but firm. "You have entered Novaterra space. Power down and prepare to be guided out. You are not authorized to proceed." The Tarsians, known for their arrogance, were not used to being told what to do, especially by a species they believed to be extinct or primitive. But something in that voice, calm and in control, made even their captain hesitate. Through the haze they caught glimpses of a massive orbital ring circling a burning blue sun, and cities floating between moons, powered by light they couldn't explain. Every sensor they had was jammed or redirected, their strongest encryption cracked in seconds by something watching from afar. The humans had not only survived, they had advanced beyond anything the galaxy had expected. They had become something else. Watching the scout ship retreat, High Strategos Ellen Rourke, commander of Novaterra's Defense Council, stood in silence at the heart of the command spire. She had known this day would come, when the galaxy remembered the lost children of Earth. The only question now was, would the galaxy greet them with respect or fear? As the stars shifted and signals spread, one thing became clear. The ghosts of the nebula were not ghosts at all. They were real, they were strong, and they were ready. After the unexpected encounter with the Tarsian scout ship, the leaders of the Galactic Union were quick to demand answers, sending a formal diplomatic message to Novaterra. The message was polite, yet firm, an invitation to discuss terms of recognition and peaceful coexistence. The Tarsians, confident in their superiority and the assumed weakness of humanity, expected the humans to beg for a place among the stars. But Novaterra's council, a group made up of the brightest scientists, battle-hardened veterans, and advanced AI advisors, held firm. They did not reply. The council had spent generations watching the galaxy from the shadows, learning its flaws, its corruption, its endless games of power and prejudice. They knew the galaxy thought humanity extinct, a lost chapter in history. The council understood that the Galactic Union's invitation was less about friendship and more about control. Humanity, they believed, would not return as a weak supplicant, but as a force demanding respect on its own terms. Meanwhile, a greater threat loomed, the Trinex swarm, a terrifying horde of mechanical beings consuming every star system in its path, leaving destruction and silence behind. Novaterra's leaders knew that to survive they could not wait for permission or alliance from a fractured galaxy. They had to act first, and act decisively. Using stealth ships powered by quantum AI, the humans launched a secret operation to seize control of the Aloran star system, a vital hub for trade and communication just beyond the nebula's edge. One by one, they captured mining stations extracting rare elements, orbital platforms relaying messages faster than any known technology, and heavily guarded relay nodes controlling trade routes. Each strike was precise and surgical, executed without bloodshed or chaos, reflecting the humans' discipline and advanced tactics. The galaxy, at first oblivious, began to notice. Reports of the mysterious disappearances of stations and ships spread quickly. Rumors and whispers turned into wide-scale panic. The Union's fleet scrambled to understand how this unknown force could gain control so rapidly and with such stealth. Governments demanded answers, merchants feared loss, and common citizens speculated wildly about the return of humanity. Some hopeful, many fearful. But Nova Terra remained silent, their intentions hidden behind a shield of mystery and strategic brilliance. As the humans solidified their control over Eleran, they prepared for the next move, aware that the coming storm of the Trinax swarm would test not just their weapons or ships, but the very strength of their unity. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see if this hidden colony was a new beacon of hope or a force that would change everything forever. In a matter of weeks, the humans completed their swift and almost flawless conquest of the entire Iloran star system. Unlike the brutal wars the galaxy was used to, the humans achieved this remarkable feat without a single civilian casualty. Their technology was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Ships that moved with breathtaking speed and precision, weapons that disabled enemy defenses silently, and shields that seemed to flow and adapt to attacks. Their tactics showed the deep resilience of old Earth combined with the unique knowledge gained from surviving within the deadly Andali Nebula. News of the sudden and clean takeover spread quickly across the stars, causing shock and awe. The humans, long thought lost or extinct, had returned, not as humble explorers or refugees seeking help, but as a powerful force claiming their place boldly. Galactic news networks raced to cover the story, calling the event the Eleran Blitz, a term that captured both the speed and the unexpected nature of the operation. The once quiet system, crucial for trade and communications, was now fully under human control, and the message was clear to all. Humanity was back, and they were not asking for permission. As the Union Council scrambled to respond, they sent a diplomatic envoy to orbit above Alora Prime, not out of respect, but because fear forced their hand. The humans greeted the envoy not with words of negotiation, but with a simple broadcast that echoed throughout the galaxy. We were left behind. We adapted. Now we lead. The message was signed by none other than High Strategos Ellen Rourke, the commanding officer of the Nova Terra United Fleet. This declaration stunned the political powers scattered across the galaxy. Many hoped that negotiation or threats would slow Nova Terra's rise, but the old alliances and rivalries within the Union only caused confusion and delay. Internal distrust and endless bureaucracy left their fleets scattered and their technology outdated compared to the swift and silent human machines. While the galaxy debated, the humans quietly began repairing and reopening ancient wormholes, forgotten gateways that could instantly connect distant parts of the galaxy. This move signaled something more than just control over one system. It was a promise that humanity was ready to expand and reshape the stars themselves. Suspicion and fear grew among the Union's leaders, but the humans maintained a calm confidence, as if they had waited this moment for centuries. While many wondered if Nova Terra would become another empire to conquer and dominate, others began to see a new hope, a chance for change led by a species that had survived the impossible. As the old powers struggled to keep up, the galaxy watched and waited, sensing that the arrival of the hidden humans was only the beginning of a great new era. Just when the galaxy was still trying to come to terms with the sudden rise of Nova Terra and the humans' control over the Eleran system, a new and far more terrifying threat appeared. Union sensors picked up a chilling signal, one that had been feared for generations, but was believed to be far away. The Trinax swarm, a vast and relentless force of mechanical creatures consuming everything in their path, had entered Union space much earlier than anyone had expected. Panic spread quickly throughout the political centers and fleets of the Galactic Union, who looked to Nova Terra for protection. expecting the humans to fall in line as just another part of the old system. Instead, High Strategos, Ellen Rourke made her position clear in a powerful broadcast that resonated across all communications. "We will protect this galaxy, but not under your banner." With those words, Novaterra revealed its true strength by activating Project Aegis, a network of enormous mobile defense stations unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. These stations harnessed the mysterious power of stabilized dark matter cores, allowing them to create shields and weapons of extraordinary power. Coordinated by advanced AI battle nets and fleets of neural-linked squadrons where pilots and machines operated in perfect harmony, Novaterra's forces began to push back, the swarm with precision and skill unmatched by any other race. For the first time in recorded history, the unstoppable advance of the Trinac swarm was halted, and the galaxy watched in awe as the humans took the lead. But Novaterra's true surprise came when they chose not to keep their technology to themselves. In an unexpected move, they shared portions of their advanced tech freely with civilians and peaceful star systems willing to cooperate. This was not a gift meant to make them subjects or slaves. It was a tool of empowerment, offered to those who desired peace and growth rather than control and conquest. Novaterra's leaders made it clear that their goal was not to conquer or dominate but to reform, to reshape the galaxy into a place where unity, strength, and knowledge could defend against threats like the swarm and bring new hope to countless worlds. Their vision was a galaxy where old rivalries and fears would be replaced by cooperation and progress, guided by a species that had learned to survive and thrive against impossible odds. As battles raged on the edges of known space and nervous eyes watched from the shadows, Novaterra stood firm, not as conquerors, but as protectors and innovators, lighting a path forward through the darkness that threatened all life. The galaxy waited, caught between fear and hope, knowing that this new chapter had only just begun. The final battle against the Trinac swarm was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Novaterra's flagship, the Solstice Ascendant, led a combined fleet of humans and allied species, using tactics that blended the unpredictable nature of human ingenuity with the flawless precision of AI coordination. As the massive mechanical creatures of the swarm advanced relentlessly, the humans adapted quickly, striking at weak points with clever maneuvers and surprising strategies that caught the enemy off guard. The battle raged across the void, with ships weaving through debris fields and dark energy storms, their weapons lighting up the darkness. Slowly but surely, the tide turned in favor of the defenders. In the end, the swarm was defeated, shattered into scattered fragments drifting uselessly through space. The victory was not just a military success. It was a statement to the entire galaxy that humanity, once thought lost, was now a force to be reckoned with. In the aftermath, High Strategos Ellen Rourke did not seek praise or demand power. Instead, she called for a grand galaxy assembly, inviting all races and factions to come together, not to ask for humanity's place among them, but to offer a new path forward. Her proposal was clear, a new alliance based not on ancient hierarchies or species dominance, but on merit, shared knowledge, and mutual defense against threats like the swarm. The idea was radical, breaking centuries of tradition and suspicion, and not everyone accepted it. Some of the old empires rejected the offer, clinging to their fading power. But many others, tired of endless wars and fear, saw hope in Rourke's vision and agreed to join. The galaxy began to shift, old empires fracturing as new bonds formed around principles of cooperation and respect. Far away from the great halls of power, a young alien cadet from a small, often overlooked species watched the fleets moving across the stars. As the humans took their place leading these combined forces, the cadet whispered to a friend, "They were hidden. Now they're the light." In that simple moment, the promise of a new order dawned, a future where survival was not about dominance or fear, but about unity, courage, and the bright spark of humanity's enduring spirit guiding the galaxy toward peace. The story of the hidden human colony, once a forgotten secret in the dark nebula, had become the story of hope for all life among the stars.